morning, everyone. Welcome back to Kevin and Zach Reacts. I'm Zach Bollinger, and I'm joined by Kevin Ostreicher. Kevin, how we feeling, baby? Quick 12:43 a.m. stream after the Orioles get a good old-fashioned West Coast shutout, beating the Seattle Mariners 2-0 behind not seven scoreless, but 6 and what it ended up being 6 1/3 scoreless.
6 1/3.
So, Grayson.
Yeah. I think this is the latest in our very short time doing this that we've gone live. I have to be up in 4.5 hours, which I know I don't really sleep anyway, so that's not really. This is lunchtime right now for me, but like
I was gonna say, you actually have to be up early.
Yeah, I know. It's gonna be like sleeping in the car mode. You know what I'm saying? Like you got like you just went through a long drive. Like you know. Although you did the driving,
I did.
I'm not doing the driving, so that's the difference. But yeah, man, 2-0. Definitely had us in the ninth inning. Not gonna lie.
Okay, did they? Because that was one of the weirdest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those weren't bad pitches by Kimbrel. They obviously went in a little bit but
right.
Those were the two weirdest hit by pitches. Like, I get, yes, people are gonna say Kimbrel is like unreliable. He can't do this. He can't do that. Like, and they'll blame this. They'll be like, he had two runners in scoring position. Those were two of the weakest hit by pitches I've ever seen. Absolutely bailed out the Mariners. But Kevin, I won't lie, that Cal Raleigh foul ball.
I saw your tweet.
I literally had hit it, and I just was like, "Oh, come on!" Like, I was like, "What is going on?" And then I see it go foul. I just stood there for a second. I was like,
yeah. So that is true. Blue Gold saying sleep is for the weak. You're damn right it is. You're damn right it is. Sleep. I'm with you, Blue. And then Joe saying, does the streak end tomorrow? I don't have a streak on this show. I mean, I guess I do. Like I've missed that. I missed an episode like 2 weeks ago, but Locked on Ravens, I do have it. It's 1,283 tomorrow. That streak 1,283. That streak will not be ending. I got on my. I'm never man. If I'm in a hospital, that streak is not ending. That streak is never ending. Dude. I gotta be. Something has to be really wrong for that streak to end. And then we also have Quantum with the gifted membership. Appreciate you, Quantum. Always appreciate the support. But yeah, where do you want to start with this? Yeah. Yeah. Where do you want to start with this one? Do you want to do one up, one down quickly? Do you want to do general analysis? What do you want to do?
Let's go one up, one down quickly. Okay, like let's do. I feel like there's an obvious one up right now, but actually, you know what? I won't take him. We'll go Yennier Cano. Although Yennier Cano, it kind of over the past few outings before his one over the weekend and then tonight, it was shaky. Yennier Cano went a few weeks where it wasn't really like, okay, I'm ecstatic Yennier Cano's coming in. It started to feel like, okay, can you even trust Yennier Cano in a high leverage situation? Comes in, gets the Orioles, gets 2 outs when they had the tying run up. So that was awesome. I'm gonna give it to Yennier Cano. It fired me up. We got the stare down. So good shit,
Yeah, that's a good one actually. Yeah, look, we all know Grayson is the one up here, but we're not going to take Grayson. We're both. I think we want to go into the nitty gritty and get these guys. I'm going to go Colton Cowser. I'm gonna give mine to Colton Cowser. 2 for 4 on the night. I think it feels like he's getting in a groove. And I know that obviously he had the scorching start to the season, very obviously cooled off for a bit after that. And while he's, again, not back to his beginning of the season, I think that this is what people want to see, just a bit of consistency. And I think we're seeing that. I think he's putting together good at-bats. I think the defense is there as well. I think overall, if the Orioles get this Colton, again, doesn't have to be beginning of the season Colton, but if they get this Colton, it just adds another really solid player into their outfield rotation when I think a couple of months ago, well, I guess 1 month ago, it was kind of like, okay, what is the Colton they're going to get for the rest of the season? I think a lot of people were unsure, but I'm glad. And I see Mike saying, Fat Gunner didn't get hurt on that botch throw. he went down, and though you see those where like knees twist and ankles turn. Like I'm very glad. I was a little nervous. Yeah, I was nervous, but obviously all is well. So they definitely did dodge a bullet there, though.
Yeah, and one down. I actually have to do this. I got to stop betting Heston Kjerstad to hit home runs. He only struggles when I do that. Every other game he's hit a home run. Like I bet him to hit a home run in like. So he's what? Probably 2 of his last 4 games, and in the other 2, he just hasn't hit them.
Yeah,
so I think it's a me problem.
God, you're talking about a Rocco curse, Zach. It's a Zach Bollinger curse.
Yeah, it's the home run curse. I gotta stop betting these guys for home runs.
I know. Usually you get Ryan has the Ryan Ripken show bump. You have like the Zach Bollinger. I don't even know what you would call it.
I don't even know the curse.
Like, yeah, I guess the Zach Bollinger curse. Yeah, just the Zach Bollinger curse.
Although when Judge and Ohtani went yard, it was just Heston. That was.
Yeah, that was
a tough one.
Because you were 1 away on the parlay. What, 2 nights ago, 3 nights ago, whenever it was. And then you bet it, and it didn't go. Heston was going to be mine too. I don't want to say Kimbrel because he got the job done. Like I know it wasn't pretty, but he got the job done.
He had a 1, yeah.
Adley went 0 for 4, but like that's like a whatever to me. Like I don't really care that much. Like I don't really know. They had 9 hits. They were getting guys on base. The defense was good. I rarely overlap with you, but I'm just gonna go Heston because I don't really see. It was a 2-0 win. Usually we've seen.
Actually, here's what. Let's do this. Let's do the one down. Is the Orioles got bases loaded, 1 out with Gunnar and Adley coming up, and they couldn't get anything. That's a 1 down.
Yeah. Okay. A specific play or sequence. Then yes. All right.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm with that. All right. But yeah, usually we talked about a lot of these games, like 1-run games, or we know the Orioles were so good last year. I know this wasn't a 1-run game, but like these close ones.
Yeah.
And the Orioles recently, especially during that losing streak, seemed to just be on the wrong side of those, or they could just they tried, but they could barely muster it, or they blew a game here. It's good to get these wins. We've seen them get 1-run wins here recently too, or just close wins. This one obviously being a 2-run one. But I think these types of wins, they're good. Again, did it ever feel like the Orioles really were going to lose this one? Maybe in the 9th, right? Maybe in the 9th.
Yeah, it
felt comfortable. Yeah. It felt comfortable is what I'm saying. Up until the 9th, obviously, but it felt comfortable up until then.
Yeah. So. And then even in the 9th, it was weird. It just felt like, crap, are we going to have to win this in extras? I never really felt like, oh, we're about to lose this game. I felt more almost like, crap, we're going to have to win this in extras. So I agree with you there. Yeah, and I felt like a lot of it was with the comfortability was just how well Grayson was pitching.
Yeah.
He had the one bad outing in Houston, and everyone was like, okay, what? Don't just make sure it doesn't carry over. And then back-to-back outings, just dominant ball. This is exactly what you wanted to see from Grayson Rodriguez, and win number 10 on the year, first Oriole to 10 wins. So congrats, Grayson.
All right. That's a round of applause worthy. That's right.
Yeah, first time in his career hitting 10 wins. He had 7 last year. And it also puts the Orioles 1 game up in sole possession.
No, do you want to enlighten everyone why that is the case?
Because the Yankees lost. The Yankees lose. Yeah, that was a stressful one against the Reds, to say the least. The Yankees were starting to come back.
Do they have anybody on that team besides Judge and Soto?
No, they don't. That's what I was screaming it from a mountaintop for months, Kevin. And now everyone understands, and they're starting to see it. Like, other teams are literally just pitching around Soto and Judge.
Yeah.
And like Volpe 0 for 5. If he's going 0 for 5 from their leadoff spot, great minds think of like Mario Power. It's just that, like, it throws everything off. Alex Verdugo, grounds into more double plays and grounds to second base more than anyone I've ever seen. DJ LeMahieu can't field or hit right now. It's crazy what is going on there.
Glaber's not been Glaber the past couple of years. Like it's just all over the place, man. Like the pitching staff,
they got to make some moves.
They have to, and the issue for them is we've been talking about it with the Orioles, but this market is just it's a buyer's market. Yeah. So that means there are less teams who are willing to sell off their pieces. And if you're the Yankees, do you go after like a Luis Robert or something, or do you go after?
Do you go after Pete Alonso? But now the Mets, after Grimace, are just like, do the Mets think they have a shot to run something? Like,
I don't know. I mean,
and I agree, British Ravens. I think the Orioles did break Luis Heel because he's had nothing but he went into that game the lowest ERA in baseball. And ever since, he's just had horrendous starts. I think it's including that one, 4 straight now, just horrendous starts. So
I don't know what they're gonna do. Obviously, not our problem. They got to figure it out. Hopefully, they don't for the Orioles' sake. But I don't know, man. I mean, we talk about how competitive the AL East is. At least the Orioles and the Yankees in that race. If they keep just floundering like this, it could be over sooner than people think. But again, we're not close to that, so I'm not going to get too far ahead of myself with that one.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna. It's a lot of baseball left. If you would have told me 3 weeks ago that this is the situation we'd be in, sign me up every single time. So I think the Orioles are just on an incredible pace right now, and the Yankees have a lot that they have to do to improve. I think the Orioles are in a great position right now. I really do, and we keep saying long season, but the season is getting shorter as the days go on. We are in the second half now.
Crazy.
It is crazy. It literally feels like the other day someone referred to opening day as like 3 months ago. And I was like, it was not 3.
I hate that.
I was like, that is wild.
Man.
Opening day was 3 months ago.
Wow. Yeah. Was it really? Are you lying? Hold on. Wow, it is July.
Yeah, it was 3 months.
Let me go back on the calendar here.
Yeah, and it was actually opening day was in March.
Was it 4 months? No. 3. Wow.
But the season has already spanned into 4 months.
I know. Jeez.
This year has been flying by, dude.
I know. It feels like it was yesterday, and then it feels like it was 5 years ago at the same time.
But I will say, I feel like it goes by faster because it feels like every night we're stressing and every night like we're in it. This team has just felt like every day there's something new. I feel like at times when like we were rebuilding the season, like you'd look up and you'd be like, oh my God, we still have 95 games left. And we've only won like 7 games.
Yeah, and that's even like for if you want to bring the Ravens into this quickly, like it felt like the Ravens season ended and then there was just like a hole because the Orioles weren't competitive. And like you had baseball, but it like they were losing 100 games a season. And you're like, all right, when does football season start?
Yeah, literally.
But now you have football season ends, baseball season starts up late March, and it goes all the way into, hopefully October, November, obviously, but you have competitive baseball now. So it feels like it's just more of it's a well-rounded year almost, I feel like.
Dude, it has been nothing but because think about it. So we did obviously all the Ravens stuff, that tragic ending, horrendous ending. That was still not over it. Then literally it was like the next week we get Mina Kimes on to talk about like the head coaching hires and stuff. That night, Corbin Burns trades announced, and ever since then it was just like baseball. Like it just was been straight baseball ever since. And then like it was all the Jackson Holiday stuff. The whole argument of why is Jackson Tony Kemp was on this team.
Yeah, you're bringing back memories, man.
Tony Kemp was on this team.
Orioles legend Tony Kemp. My God.
Like it really is crazy. Like all of those, so many like stories throughout. Like this is it's really felt like so long ago, but also I'm like like I look and Corbin Burns has made what, like 17 starts as an Oriole. Yeah. I still like, if you would ask me, I'm like, yeah, he's made like 7 starts. And then I look and he's what? I can't even. I'm trying to my phone thinks it's August.
Why?
Yeah, Corbin, I don't know. Well, my ESPN app does.
Yeah.
Yeah, Corbin Burns is, 9-3. How many games has he pitched? Someone.
Do you need me to look it up?
17. Wow, I nailed that.
Oh, did you? Hell yeah, look at you go.
Sometimes it don't happen often, but sometimes I know ball.
Yeah, you got that June record on the dot. Do quick math, man. You've been on it recently.
It really was. I mean, years flown by, and actually, thank you. We should talk about this.
Yes. Yep. Big news
tomorrow.
Dino back on today technically back on
today
back on the mound today. Dean Kramer makes his return again, slots in. Here's the question, Zach: is he the Orioles' number 3 or number 4 right now?
He's gonna be the number 3.
Obviously,
I want to make the
Cade Povich.
I know I want to make the Cade Povich argument so much, but I'm really excited to see what Dean can do. I think when healthy, because obviously he was struggling with injuries earlier this year. When healthy, he's a damn good guy to have as your number 4.
Yep.
Number 3, he's a good number 3. He's a great number 4. When he was our number 5, it's best number 5 in the game. So he's a good guy. It's going to save the rotation, in my opinion. I think this can help a lot. Going to be interesting. Do you think they go back to, I guess they're kind of hinting at it right now, a 6-man rotation?
I could see it. I see Orioles Birdwatcher saying who drops out, Povich sent down. They're not sending Povich down. They're
not the way he's pitching. I think they are kind of in love with him right now.
No, Suarez in the pen. I would contend that if Irvin has one more bad start, he goes to the pen.
Yeah.
And they keep Suarez if they were to go 5. Wouldn't be shocked if they did 6.
Bro, they are so gonna send Vespi down.
Oh, that'd be brutal. Can we think of anybody else? Crook is gone because Corbin Burns is back.
Yeah, it's so gonna be Vespi.
Yeah, I think it is gonna be Vespi, which is crazy. When sanity forcibly ends after one bad appearance and then he gets sent down.
Just unreal. Just keep your bags packed, though, Nick. I'm sure you'll be up right after the All-Star game.
Yeah. Could there be a surprise? Do you think there's any surprise, or do you just think Vespi's such the obvious answer here?
No. Vespi has 2 more times he can be sent down, and he'll have 1 more after tomorrow.
Yeah.
Unless Brian Baker? But Baker's
I think they're keeping Baker.
Oh. Actually, that's fine. It's Steven. Great.
I think Baker did enough, personally. Especially because Vespi was the one who had the bad outing last time. It was not great. So, yeah, I probably say it's Vespi, which sucks because he's done well, but got to make room somewhere. He's out of options now, right?
No, that's because of there's all these different things where he was replacing injury, not. So okay. He is. Yeah,
so he has 1 left or 2 left.
They used different things to get him to stay.
Crazy. Well,
yeah, I don't know who else it would. It's got to be.
Yeah, it has to be Vespi. It has to be. Which, yeah.
Okay, so spin zone. I'm spin zoning this whole thing. If the bullpen just gets right, I think they add a piece at the deadline, and if they get consistently going, it's gonna be kind of sick in late September when Danny Coulomb is just back.
Oh, yeah, that's another arm you got to account for. And then who goes down? Because if they add a pitcher,
I mean Kevin, that is 2 months away. We are not stressing over.
You know what? I am leaning. Ryan hates hypotheticals. I'm leaning full into the hypothetical hypotheticals.
By that point, it's 28 man. By that point, it's 28 man.
That is true. Good point. Good point. Expansions. Do we think Jackson's going to be up? We're just going all in. We're going all in.
September. This is good predictions on July 3rd.
I know. We got to look back on this and we'll just give our final trade predictions now. just today, right now.
I'm gonna go. We get Evaldi.
Oh.
Evaldi or Fetty. Evaldi or Fetty.
I was gonna go Fetty. I could see Crochet, but it depends on what the package is. But again, the Crochet, it's the innings, which is the issue. So
I hope not, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Fetty or Crochet. I don't know if there's a wild card like Severino, maybe. Like
I've really started I think Severino could be the move. He's also looking like a big vibes guy in New York.
Yeah, I don't think they trade for early. I think it will be a starter.
I think they trade for a reliever.
I think they could. I'm predicting they don't.
All right.
I think their version of trading for a reliever would be putting guys in the bullpen from their starting rotation. That's personally what I think. So if you trade for a starter, Dean is back. Your starting rotation is Burns, Rodriguez, number 3, Dean, Povich, and then you move Suarez and Irvin back to the bullpen. And that, to me, I think would be the bullpen help.
I think the Orioles trade for the setup man, one of 2 guys, the setup man from the Athletics, Urquidge, I want to say that's his name.
Okay, yeah.
And then or Estevez from the Angels. So
do you know the team control or the club control on those guys?
Let me check it right now, just so.
Because obviously that will have an impact on the package if the Orioles were to get them.
No.
While you're doing that, Pocket Watch, appreciate the $2. 1 a.m. reactors. Let's all smash that like button. Yeah. After every Orioles game, Zach and I make it happen. One of us, both of us, Rocco, Ryan, Brad. And again, just while Zach is looking that up, this is Kevin and Zach Reacts. So it's a part of the Ryan Ripken media empire that we're building up here. Of course, the actual Ryan Ripken show goes live Monday and Thursdays. Now, I believe that we could be pushing Thursday's show to tomorrow. I mean, today, I guess, on Wednesday, because obviously 4th of July is Thursday. And I know people are going to be out and about. I know everybody has plans. I know we do as well for, Zach and I. Again, I'm going to be traveling. Zach has his plans. Ryan has his. Everybody has their plans. So we're debating making the Ryan Ripken show for Thursday, actually Wednesday. So figure it out. And Tori, I know. I usually put my name second. Zach and Kevin React. It feels natural, but now I'm getting into the swing of things and putting my name first. So Kevin and Zach Reacts. Got to get it again. It's just we haven't had a name for so long. It just feels weird to have a name. So we're gonna move this over to a new channel. I think we should get that started just so we can start getting subs on it, just so we have a base. So we'll try to get that channel up. We'll have a new logo, new subs, new memberships, everything. So again, we go live here after every Orioles game. We're just reacting to it'll be Ravens and probably expanding out from there. But yeah, it's been a crazy journey for this last month or so. Again, it feels like I've been doing this forever. But
it really does. All right, so Estevez would be a rental. So honestly, that wouldn't be horrendous because
package wouldn't be big, right?
And then for Urquidge, you would be getting 3 years of him. So that's gonna. I kind of want Urquidge because they're not getting Mason Miller's not gonna get traded. No. I still just don't see.
Plus, I just this might be a hot take, but I don't think at this point in the season, like I would do it personally, but I don't think the Orioles want to give up the package to get Mason Miller, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
Like I would give it up, depending on what it is. Obviously, we're not going to get too crazy with it, but like I don't think in season they want to give up that package. So I don't know. That's just the sense I get, but who knows?
I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued to see what a lot of these teams do. I'm intrigued to just honestly see who's selling and who's buying. I really want to see what the Blue Jays do. I think the Blue Jays are going to blow this thing up. Vladdy, it's really looking like Vladdy.
Do you think Vlad can go to the?
Okay, let's not get crazy here. I hope not.
Well, I'm just saying.
I would prefer. We need a National League team to go after Vladdy.
Yeah.
Vladdy honestly should get the Mariners need to get Vladdy or Alonso or Robert or all of them because that offense is atrocious.
I know. Julio's struggling, man.
That whole
struggling.
I mean, it's just like ridiculous.
Their pitching staff is so good. So
good. That's ridiculous. George Kirby went almost 7 shutouts.
I know. I don't know if he should have come back out, but like whatever.
Yeah, like that. It was dominant again, and they lost 2-0.
Yeah.
I
think that this might be another hot take. If the Mariners get some semblance of offense, I fear them more than almost anybody in the American League in terms of teams that can match up with the Orioles. Now, it has to depend what the offense they get.
Wait, who?
The Mariners. But the pitching staff.
Did you see that article that I posted the other day?
No.
It literally said that. It was like...
Oh, really?
It says like MLB executives think that the Orioles and Yankees are frightened to play the Mariners in the playoffs. This team doesn't.
Oh, well, I'm not going that far.
I can't even agree with like I would love to play this team. We've whooped their ass for.
Well, it depends. It's like as they are right now. Yeah, like I would.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like if they
get offense, it's different.
Yeah,
but right, that's what I'm saying.
But in the article, it was stating as is.
Oh no, I don't agree with that. No, absolutely not. I mean, its team should be which team? If you were the Orioles right now, which team do you fear in the American League? I don't think there is
the Houston Astros.
Yeah, I mean, but again, like I don't fear them the way that like I think they would beat the Orioles in a series, like maybe in terms of their biggest competitor.
Yeah, I just think the Astros always find a way to do it, and I feel like we're gonna have to. We're going to have to beat the Yankees and the Astros to go to the World Series.
But, I think if that would be, it would be a sweet path if they could do it.
And that's the path I want to do it through because it's sort of like, and obviously, yes, we're going to bring it back to the Ravens here. It's like when people were like, why did you want to play Patrick Mahomes? Like, why didn't you want him eliminated? Because I was rooting for Mahomes and the Chiefs against the Bills. I was like, because it doesn't feel right if he doesn't go through Mahomes. It's like when the Ravens won the 2012 Super Bowl. Like it feels better because they went through Manning. They went through Brady. Yeah. Like
I look back on that year, and whenever I talk about it, I say the path that got them there. They were tested, and I think it prepared them for that blackout in the Super Bowl. I mean, just going through adversity. I mean, they weren't supposed to win that Denver game. Patriots fans had the Ray Lewis retirement parties going all throughout the city. I mean, that's the type of path the Orioles would love. What'd you say?
The Ravens were, I think it was 9.5-point underdogs in both the Broncos and
they
were two.
People forget how dominant that Broncos team was in 2012, 2013. I mean, they had Demaryius Thomas, Eric Decker, Wes Welker, Manning was on fire. Like that defense was really good.
Was that when Julius Thomas had just broken in, or was that the next year Julius Thomas kind of broke off?
No. Julius Thomas was still good then.
Yeah, or what I'm saying, was that his breakout year or was the next year's breakout year?
The next year was 2013 was his breakout year. 2012 he was just still kind of getting into
it started on that first night when Manning threw 7 touchdowns against us on opening night.
Yep, that was that. And I had Manning in my fantasy team.
A certain Orioles owner didn't want to move a fucking home game.
God, remember
so we had to start on the road in fucking Denver after winning the playoffs. It was ridiculous. We're not going to get it. I was about to get into this, well, we would have won if this play went, but it was
week one, a regular season game in September.
I'm like, okay, I'm not even getting into that.
Now we were talking about how June games mean nothing, and here Zach is about to go on a rant about a September game
after we just won the Super Bowl.
Unreal, yeah. But I mean,
you see where we get it. Like,
God. And again, if you're a Baltimore sports fan, the heart is never easy, whether you're a Ravens fan, an Orioles fan, or both. Of watching these teams play, the heart you get, they strum on your heartstrings, they can rip your heart out, but of course we love them anyway. So that's kind of the deal there. But again, like we saw that Philly series in that atmosphere. Imagine they get a playoff win, right? Obviously, you know how it went last season, but like
it was lit though.
it was.
I
was at game one. It was electric.
Yeah, I was there.
Where were you sitting?
Upper deck. I was upper deck.
Oh,
were you in the bird bath?
I was. Yep.
That's electric.
It was electric. I mean, obviously they lost, but like it was.
Yeah.
Dude, we had fans in front of us who were chirping at Chapman and all the Rangers guy. I think God, who else were they chirping at? They were chirping at who was in their bullpen? The Rays number one, Matt Moore.
Yeah.
Chirping at Matt Moore and all those guys, Leclerc, obviously. But yeah, well,
when Chapman came in and started walking, guys, I just remember.
Oh, I thought they were going to win. I thought they were going to do it.
We were like, because the big thing that we had talked about, literally, it was my first episode on the Ryan Ripken show the day before. And we all talked about, I was like, if you can get to that Texas Rangers bullpen, you got a chance. And Aroldis comes out there. Everyone knows he's just a choke artist in the playoffs. He's always had that little, like, those moments. And especially recently, and you're just like, oh, here we go. Like, we got him right where we want him. And then we hit into that double play.
He threw like 7 straight balls or 8 straight balls or something.
Mm-hmm. And like, I just, after every one, more people stood up. And it was
electric. You could sense the energy. Like, I wish they
need it back, baby. I need to be
We kind of got a taste of that during the Phillies series again. Like,
that was awesome.
Yeah, that's what it is. Charm City, I see this. This is an absolutely not for me. Yeah. Zach is about to probably lose his mind right now with this. He already does not like the crochet thing, and
yeah, I would
give it up. I understand the Orioles need pitching. I understand where he's coming from here, but I don't think you need to pay that much of a premium, especially for a guy who the innings are a question mark. Obviously, isn't he already past his career high, or is he about to pass it?
He's about to be double his career high.
Oh, yeah. So. No, I mean, I'm not trading Mayo for anybody at this point. There's not a player on the market who is worth Kobe Mayo right now.
And that's the thing. That's what we always keep saying is it's like, it's not. Yeah. So his highest ever was 54 innings pitched, and he's already at 101.1. So
you said highest was 150?
No, it was 54.
Oh, 55. I heard an extra 100 in there. Jeez, yeah.
Yeah, like, and that was 2 years ago. Last year, he only pitched 12 innings. Like that, I can't trust.
Yeah, that concerns me. If you pour your assets, and again, would it be a huge ask from the White Sox?
It'd be high risk, high reward.
It would be high risk.
It would be.
Yeah. You know what, Spirit Bomb? I would reluctantly accept this if I were the Orioles. It'd be tough.
Yeah,
it'd be tough. Tony Kemp. Orioles legend.
That catch. Tony had that.
You know what? I might be willing to throw in cash considerations if we really had to. If we really
now we're getting risky. Now we're getting risky.
Yeah, I don't know. It feels like to me it is such an obvious trade for a number 3 starter. You slot him in behind Burns and Rodriguez, and you still have, because again, you said regardless of if Dean is your 4 or your 5 moving forward, he's still really good as a 4 and exceptional as a 5 in a rotation. You would take that depending on how Povich does. And guess what? If Povich starts to struggle, you still have Suarez and you still have Irvin, depending on what happens. Even if you want to get spicy and bring up Chase McDermott, even though I don't know what the role would be. Look, we talk about who guys are going to be up in September, Zach. I think Chase McDermott probably comes up in September, don't you?
Yeah, and I think it's going to be out of the bullpen. I've talked about this a few times now. We talked to David Hall about it. It just makes too much sense. He's a strikeout guy. Just had 12 set a career high 12 strikeouts in his most recent start yesterday, I believe. He's just a guy that I feel like, especially when maybe a bigger moment, you got a few guys on and you need to go out there and get a strikeout. I think he's a guy that you could bring in those situations. But because he's also a starter, you can send him out there. Oh, Star doesn't go deep into a game, but it's still close. You need a guy to go get 2-3 innings. He can go do that because obviously he has that length. And I'm excited to see if he is kind of limited in innings, meaning Okay, he knows he's going to the bullpen. He doesn't have to pitch as much. A tick in up in velocity coming and everything. Could that make him more dominant? Does that help him out some? I think I'm excited to kind of see that play out. I think long term he's still a starter, but short term would be I would love him in this bullpen.
Yeah, and again, I don't think that messes with too much, if we're being honest, especially if he's not there long term like that. I know there are some people who are concerned about like, would that mess up his like, I don't even know. I thought like on social media pitching clock or whatever. My answer to that is no. Where did I see the comment here? Steven saying if Screwball is really on the table, then definitely him over anyone else on the steal. I just don't think these guys are available. Like
I just Screwball, don't see why.
It's like Mason Miller. It's different, obviously, but it's like why would they do it essentially? I mean, and I see R2C saying Screwball would require Jackson to headline the package. I mean, you'd have to give up probably. We talk about untouchables. You probably have to give up one, if not two, untouchables for Screwball the way he's playing right now. Like, I just don't think they want to give up that package. I think they feel content with Burns and Rodriguez, and I feel like if they get a starter, it's going to be a number 3 guy, and there are plenty of number 3 guys available. So that's why I kind of go that route. Yeah. I would trade stuff for Screwball. Depends what it is, obviously, but we do know that the Orioles are not going to be able to play every single prospect they have, and they're going to have to move off of some guys. Example, Norby and Stowers, to just for the betterment of their careers. And I know, Zach, that's a big point for you, but also as the betterment of the team. Like, what are you going to do? Waste these guys in AAA for 3 more years? They're going to ask out. I think if Norby does not have a clear playing path, I think he asks out before the year starts next year.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked if he does.
It's wild to think of like a prospect requesting a trade, but
yeah,
who would blame him?
I would not.
I mean, obviously that's a tough one to be like, I want out. Okay, we have to find someone we want to trade you for. Like, that's not how this works. But at the same time, how can you not feel disgruntled if you're in his situation?
Yeah, well, you said this too. Didn't I think it was you or Brad? I think it was you who said if Norby and Stowers were packaged together, they'd be in the starting lineup the next day. Any other team.
They'd be starting for the New York Yankees right now. I don't think people understand that. Like, they would without a doubt be starting for the New York Yankees right now. Both of them. Every single day.
Just unreal. I mean, and again, it's a testament to the Orioles scouting and their prospect development, but there does come a time, and it is a good problem to have. It's a good problem to have. But you cannot just keep keeping guys down there, essentially, is what it is. Look at this longtime fan of the show, Ryan Ripken here. Not a member, by the way, unfortunately. Gotta get Ryan Ripken a membership here. I think he's earned one. Ryan said, "Did I miss when you guys talked about
how is he not a member here?" I don't think
it's his account.
I was going to say I don't think he's going.
It's his account. It'd be funny if he could, though. Well, I wonder if he paid for a membership, I guess the money would just go back to him. He'd actually be losing money because YouTube takes a cut. So if he paid for a membership, he would actually be losing money.
Oh, that
is which would sink the business, by the way. So don't do that, Ryan. He said that I missed when you guys talked about how Craig Kimball's going to make the All-Star team, and people are going to lose their minds.
It's true, though. I mean, like, people are going to hate it. Craig Kimbrell is going to be. I think Craig Kimbrell, Corbin Burns are automatic locks, and people are going to be like, Craig Kimbrell's a lock. Just because he stresses us out every night and everything, like, yeah, look at what he's done compared to everyone else. Like, he's going to be a closer at the All-Star game.
You know, I think when we talked a little earlier about just how short the season has felt compared to what it actually has been, I think a lot of people still harp on that stretch early when he couldn't close the game, couldn't slam the door shut, was struggling with command all over the place. That was 2 months ago now? Month and a half ago, maybe. I can't remember exactly. But since then, I mean, look, has it been easy every single game for him? No, I mean, it's very stressful watching Craig Kimbrell pitch sometimes, like tonight.
Yep.
But more often than not, he does slam the door shut. And what matters is not how you get there. It matters if you can do it. If the Orioles are up 5-0 and they win 5-4, a win is a win. You can take trends away from that, but they won the game. So I'm not saying Craig Kimbrell is perfect. I'm not saying that there have been questions about his playoff performances. That is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I think people are so caught up in the reputation he has had, plus the struggles he had early, and say, okay, Craig Kimbrell today still has those struggles, which objectively are just not true based off of his stats.
Kevin, I have a question for you.
What do you got?
Is Grayson Rodriguez an all-star? Because I just looked. He has started 15 games this year. He has only allowed more than 2 runs 3 times.
I'd put him in there. He has to. We don't want a John Mean situation, but I'd put him in there.
Yeah, like I would almost accept that. Like, just get him there. Get him the opportunity to be there. I think Burns is gonna be the starter, especially with Luis Heel kind of blowing up in everyone's face.
It's Screwball start.
Yeah, but the thing is, so here's what it's all going to come down to. It's all going to come down to like days. Like I haven't done the math of if Craig, because if Burns like pitches on Sunday, he ain't pitching on the All-Star game. Like,
yeah,
they're not. So I mean, that's what ultimately decides who pitches. But I wouldn't mind if I could see a path where both of them make it. I doubt it. Solely because of once Burns is there. Like if Burns wasn't here, I think Grayson would make it. Yeah.
Do I remember this right? Didn't you freak out that Screwball's, what was it, Cy Young was so far down the list on who was the pitcher who you bet a future on during the stream? Was that Screwball?
Oh no, that was Lugo, Seth Lugo.
That's right.
Although he is like the ERA leader, but it's still not like our top 2. But his odds are just not there for some reason. But I do own a ticket if he continues and the voters see fit.
Yeah, and I see Mike here. Appreciate the $2, Mike. You're a real one. Any tiny chance Bautista's ready for October?
I keep telling myself yes.
I'm not letting myself get talked into it.
I keep lying to myself and telling myself there's a tiny chance, but no, there's not. He's going to be back next year. But I will say. I don't know what I was going to say. I was going to make this whole thing about if that whistle blows in October, like it's over. But then I decided I'm not even going to talk myself into getting my hopes up.
Yeah, people.
Mike put it as soon as I don't. Yeah, like
man, I almost want them to do it in October, just to do it with everybody knowing he's not trotting out, or if they just did an introduction and they did the Omar thing and he trotted out to it, like even though he's not playing, I would love for them to do that. Especially imagine that, man, playoff night game, lights dim, introduction, give him his flowers, give him his moment. The R would love it. I don't know.
Have him throw out the first pitch?
Well, we don't want him to. I know, I'm kidding.
Okay, I mean,
he's obviously doing throwing when rehabbing. I get it.
Yeah, I was going to say, okay.
God. I'm not that naive.
Could you imagine, like, he just comes out of the dugout, not from the bullpen, like he throws bullpen downstairs, warm up, and, like, they start playing it, and everyone's like, no one's in the bullpen. And, like, he just walks out of the dugout.
Electric. Felix Bautista, Orioles trade deadline position, third starter.
Immaculate inning. 9 pitches, nine strikes. Get him up. Get him down.
Unreal. Yeah, I know. They miss him. So,
that's for sure.
But that's the thing. You don't want to rush him back, right? Like, if he's 70% healthy for the playoffs, I don't want to risk that. Like, we've seen the whole Bradish thing and how hard he worked, and Felix obviously is working really hard too. But it's a lottery almost. Like, obviously there's more that plays into it than that, but it just, Yoni was talking about it with Bradish, where it's just like you got to pray every time he goes out there. And I know for Felix, we can probably have that same conversation about what the long-term futures of that look like, but I'm not rushing him back in October to risk more long-term health issues. I'd rather have him back because, let's face it, this Orioles window, if it all plays out right, is very long. And Felix Bautista should be a part of that for the long haul, and not for one postseason, where I think they can still win without him, especially if they can make the right moves around the rest of the ball club now.
Yeah. I mean, it's you got to be long-sighted in this. Like, it sucks. Yes. Would it be electric to have him right now? Would I kill to have him right now in that bullpen? Yeah. But at the end of the day, you have to think about long-term. Like, you got to think about next year. You got to think about the year after that, because like you said, I get into this argument all the time. Like, if the Orioles win a World Series in the coming years, like, it will be like the greatest day. Like, I will cry, all that stuff. But like, at the end of the day, if the Orioles only get one World Series out of this group, this prime, are you a little disappointed?
You blamed me for this with the Nuggets, by the way.
No, but this is what. No, I'm saying this, like, it's you always think like, yeah, it's nice, like, yes, winning that one, like, you obviously you change, and then like,
well, no, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Where like you and I talked about it, and I was like, yeah, the Nuggets got a championship, but like, I want more. And you're like, yeah, well, you got one. And I'm like, yeah, I got one, but I want more. So like, that's the same conversation where it's
like after you guys had lost, like that.
Well, I know. Well, yeah, and I'm sure we'll have.
I was hoping you cope.
Yeah, well, thank you. I appreciate it. I needed it. Yeah. I needed it. But yeah, I mean, I would be, especially with the long-term futures of these guys. I mean, you have Jackson, who's only 20, Adley and Gunnar, who are still, you have a young core. And while some guys are older than others in the grand scheme of things, you have options on what you can do with Tony and what you can do with Cedric and Austin Hayes. And if even all three of those guys leave, you have three other options you can plug in there and have be everyday starters. It's just like a guy leaves, another guy fills in, another young star. Like, that's what it would be. What would be more emotional? Orioles World Series title, Lamar winning the Super Bowl?
I don't know.
I think it just depends.
So here's the thing. Like, I view this as two different things. Like,
yeah,
the Orioles winning the World Series after everything, like all the down years, all that, like I've never seen the Orioles win a World Series. So I want to say it's that. I really want to say it's that. But also part of me is like, after all the fucking hate Lamar gets, after all the shit, like, this Orioles team is very loved by like baseball fans, but like, Lamar for no reason gets all this hate. Like, everyone's always like, he can't win in the playoffs. He can't win in the playoffs. He's never going to win the big game. And so, like, for bragging purpose, like, I would be more emotional for Lamar, but I think it would be cool. Like, I've never seen an Orioles World Series, so that would mean so much to me personally. But like, if I'm feeling emotional for someone, like, watching Lamar get that monkey off his back would be insane.
Yeah, I mean, essentially his team first player, right? Like, if you're talking about, like, the Ravens are pretty consistently competitive each and every season. The Orioles have had, like, year after year, 100 lost seasons, 90 lost seasons. It's just been all this purgatory. And so for the Ravens, it's like, okay, yeah, they won the Super Bowl. That's awesome. And like, for me, it's different. Like, I'm not comparing one. I don't know my answer, honestly, because obviously the Ravens, like, for Lamar itself, but I mean, let's be honest. Like, I think we're asking an Orioles post-game chat. It's going to be Orioles. We ask a Ravens post-game chat 3 months from now. It's going to be Ravens. So like, it just depends. And I see a couple funny comments. What weighs more, 200 pounds of steel or 200 pounds of feathers? That question. Like, but it's true. Like, I think if you're a fan of the Ravens and the Orioles, you're Baltimore sports all the way. You're a diehard fan of both teams. I think there is different levels of emotion, but it is still pure, raw, electric emotion. It's just different. Like, it's very hard to compare. And Zach, I'm about to, if I can find this comment, I'm about to take you on a ride for I want to find it so badly. Here we go. I just want to take you through this. Imagine being a Pickles, getting the notification that Batista's being activated for Game 1 of the World Series.
God. That would be.
Zach, I saw Zach behind the scenes live. We just got off the stream, and Corbin Burns got traded. I have never seen Zach, even like today, I've never seen Zach act like that before. I've never seen him act like it after. Pacing up and down, pure excitement, pure elation, firing off tweets, getting drafts ready.
It was.
This would be 10 times more than that emotionally for him, I feel like, right?
Yeah, this would be, I would feel things I've never felt before in my life. Like, that would be, I don't even know what I would do. Like, I genuinely don't.
I think you would faint.
I would definitely faint. There would definitely be a fall to the knees. Without a doubt, knees are being fell on.
And you could tweet out, fell to my knees at Pickles. Instead of Walmart.
Literally fell to my knees at Pickles.
Yeah. Unreal. Well, I think this is a good segue here from Slater. Thoughts on Dean Kramer tomorrow? Any expectations? You expect more of a shorter start from him, just in terms of management, or do you think he's full go? I mean, he's made three rehab starts now. I think
he made it up to 75 pitches last game.
Yeah.
Maybe they limit him to like 90, but I think he's full go tomorrow. And I think he helps potentially. I think, knock on wood, every MLB team's got good players and everything, but definitely I think this is a nice little against a struggling offense. You hope he can go out there, maybe get his feet underneath him and put up a solid outing.
Yeah, and actually I think Birdwatcher echoed you exactly right there. Perfect team to face for first time back, can't hit. Kramer can't handle them. I don't know if they got a problem, but like you would be a little concerned in terms of like, okay, this offense is really bad
I would just more be like, okay, like
I would more so lean on like first start.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too concerned. I mean, if he gets absolutely raked from the second he starts, then I'd be like, well, shit. But like, I'm not going to be like, season's over. Like for him, like we gotta.
Are you telling me people overreact to sports?
I'm not usually. I feel like everyone's pretty level-headed, especially on Twitter.
That's what I thought. I thought, I see pretty level-headed takes.
Everyone really thinks through everything. It's great for just quality conversation with everyone looking at both sides and like really trying to come to a solution and being civil.
It's a great place. It feels, it's a safe space. It's a safe space. Everybody can share their thoughts without having backlash. It's utopia, right? It's a social media utopia. So yeah, that's what it is. I didn't do the prop. I'll do the prop now, since the show is kind of.
Yeah, as we head out of here at 1:35.
This is a kind of off the rails one, so might as well. If you're still tuning in, you get the reward of this prop. It has no semblance to do with anything that happened in the game today. I tried, but I already did the card for Grayson. So we're just gonna do like a fun one. I don't know if you've seen these before.
Yes.
All right.
Oh my god, yeah. Good. Are you about to put your face on it?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah! Someone get the screenshot.
Right. All right, so we gotta lock and load it. All right. All right. Got this actually. I was moving out of my sophomore year at college, and one of my friends gave this to me.
Wait, so
yeah, absolutely not. There is a line, and that goes far beyond the line.
That's the World Series prop. Grayson throws. If Grayson throws a perfect game in Game 7 of the World Series to win it, I think you have to drink gasoline.
No. I will. No. I will. I don't even know. Like, what would the alternative to that be?
What do you mean? What would the alternative
of
be?
Drinking gasoline? Like, I guess Tori makes a good point of Everclear. I could just drink.
I love Everclear.
Really?
Yeah.
I had one of the. I hope not gasoline. I hope
no.
I hope Quan we're talking about this, but yeah, I think all right, fine. If Grayson does that, I will drink an entire thing of Everclear.
Fuck yeah, Kevin. Fuck yeah.
But I don't know the time frame of when I would do it in terms of like, would it be over the course of a week or 2 days or 3 days? Come on, if I drink an entire bottle of Everclear, I'm not showing up for like I'm done.
Well, Jesus Christ, we can.
You know what I would do?
I will tap in and help you with the Everclear.
Or what I would do is I would drink a Four Loko for a week straight.
I like that. I want to see Four Loko, Kevin.
It's pretty crazy, honestly. All right. Yeah, I used to drink it casually, just by the way.
Fucking love that.
We're gonna do this. So should we just do like the classic like handprint first? Like
Oh,
four fingers to the face. 4 fingers to the face. All right, but we'll do the face one now. Here we go. All right, we got to get level. Does it look like me? I can't tell if it looks like me or not.
I mean, you can tell it's a face. I'm actually impressed.
Yeah, no, I try to be really perfect, like taking my face out of this thing.
That's impressive. I'll give it to you.
I know, because usually like it gets messed up, like at the cheeks or whatever.
No, it actually looks good.
Yeah, look at that, man. Look at that. These are those post-game win vibes, dude.
This is why we do it, baby. This is what you get at 1.
I know. Should I try to do it with my mouth open? I'll try to do it with my mouth open and see if it looks anything different. All right, let's.
All right.
Hopefully, people took a screenshot of that if they wanted the content. All right, let's try. Here we go.
Here we go.
Oh, that is incredible. No way.
That's kind of crazy.
I did not expect it. I didn't like the first one. I thought was going to be fine. This one, I expect to turn out that well.
This is incredible. I love this post game show.
Oh my god! Look at us just building. Ryan would have kicked us off already if we were.
Without a doubt, this is incredible.
God, I don't know what else can I do with this. I don't know what else I can do with this.
I think you've kind of accomplished like 90%.
Maybe like an ear thing. Let's see.
What's the ear gonna do?
I don't know. Wait, that was bad. Yeah, hold on. Yeah. I messed it up. All right, one more time.
That's actually
all right. Look at that. Not bad. Wait.
That would be the other one.
There we go.
Good shit, Kevin.
Not
Good
bad.
shit.
Not bad. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, you're still tuning in, Ryan? I think we do. I think I do this stuff when Ryan like is asleep, but he just like pops in when I'm doing stuff or after. I think he might have we might have a couple of snitches in the chat who alert Ryan.
Alert Ryan. Kevin's doing weird shit on stream
again. Yeah. Come get Kevin. He's doing something like crazy.
The Phineas and Ferb. Mom, Phineas and Ferb are doing it.
Yeah. I would try it with Banksy. But I
that would not go well.
Yeah, it would not. Especially trying to his face. I wouldn't do that. So
yeah. All right, we hit an hour. I'm actually really surprised that we have 76 people on at 1:40 a.m. So
yeah, and I know people will probably be listening to this in the morning when they wake up. So if you can't catch a show one day, like again, if it gets too late, or you just you're busy one day, of course these are always available in playback on YouTube. Do we put these in audio form too or no?
No. Okay,
so just on YouTube, you can watch it in the playback. So oh wow, Ryan is fact. Meaning fact that there are snitches in the chat who come alert you when I'm doing something.
I think he was talking about him just keeping him up.
Oh, yeah. Very true. All right. Yeah, we'll be back here tomorrow. Is it what 10:15 start tomorrow? It's late tomorrow, right?
Yeah. I mean, so I guess we'll be back 30 minutes after.
God, yeah.
Tomorrow might be like a 1 a.m. stream.
Yeah, that is because we started what? 11:40 was we started this one. So
yeah.
30 minutes after, 35 minutes after. Yeah.
Yeah.
And look, there weren't a lot of runs scored in this one. So if there's a slugfest.
Oh, we could be going up at 2 a.m.
Yeah. A lot later.
It would kind of be electric. I'm not gonna lie.
It would be. We might have to get some special nighttime vibes for that one after dark.
After dark vibes with Kevin.
Yeah. Well, I think that can have very many meanings to it. So
okay. I know what I said.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, I think that does it, man. You want to take us home?
Yeah. The Baltimore Orioles beat the Seattle Mariners 2-0 behind a dominant performance by Grayson Rodriguez. Dean Kramer on the mound tomorrow as the Birds try to take the series. And yeah, we will be back at it bright and early at probably like 1 a.m. tomorrow. So we will see you there. Yeah, go Birds, baby. Any last words, Kevin?